Hi again, Tom Coburn from Beryl & Watson. Today's video is on legal capacity and ways that we help our clients understand the work that we're doing. As a starting point, legal capacity is a legal term, and it simply put refers to someone's capacity or ability to enter into a binding agreement like a contract, or to make other legal decisions like deciding to commence legal proceedings against somebody. Anyone who's over 18 has legal capacity unless they don't. So if you're over 18, you can enter into contracts, you can make legal decisions to sue, you can make less obvious legal decisions like get married or open a bank account. But when people don't have legal capacity, things become a little bit more interesting. So as a lawyer, we're entitled to assume that someone who's over the age of 18 does have legal capacity, unless circumstances exist to suggest that they don't. If they don't, we're not able legally to take instructions from them, and if we do, we can be liable for detrimental outcomes that arise from the decisions which are made. We can even be liable if the detrimental outcomes don't arise because of the instructions we've taken. In a scenario where someone doesn't have legal capacity, they would look to appoint a representative to assist them. It could be a loved one, it often is, but it could be somebody else, it could be someone they trust, it could be a lawyer, it could even be an organisation like the state trustees, and they would appoint that person pursuant to a document called a power of attorney, or they could be appointed pursuant to a court order if by the time the person is engaged to assist them, that person no longer has legal capacity at all. Many people will have legal capacity but still have trouble understanding legal processes, and that's really common in the work that we do and the people that we work with. And so we have a number of techniques that we use to help people understand the processes we're in, irrespective of whether capacity is an issue. But for us, an important consideration is, when is making sure a person has capacity important? And as I said, it's assumed that a person has capacity unless circumstances exist to indicate that they don't. And those circumstances might be a diagnosis of dementia, a diagnosis of a mental health condition, bipolar, schizophrenia, diagnosis of an addiction issue or drug use. These are the types of illnesses and ABI that could impact on someone's capacity to understand and the technical question of whether they have capacity. Outside of capacity, circumstances which indicate a person doesn't understand or may not understand might be verbal or written literacy issues, language issues, things like that. So why is capacity important to us? Well, as I said, there can be serious legal consequences to us and to others if we take instructions from someone who doesn't have capacity. So, but perhaps more importantly for us, we strive to make sure that our clients understand the process they're working within, the consequences of the decisions they're making, and what we're actually achieving day to day. So it's important cognitively that they understand, but it's also important for us that they're brought along the journey so that we get better outcomes for our clients, and importantly, outcomes that our clients are looking for. So some of the ways that we help our clients understand, it might be that if they're a first-time user of a legal service, which most of our clients are, we'd avoid jargon. We'd do that anyway. People might not understand that a writ is an originating process that is used to commence legal proceedings. They might not understand that TPD means total and permanent disability, and they might not understand that total and permanent disability means your capacity to work within your own education, training and experience, or similar. It can vary. This may be true of first-time users, it may be true of older or younger clients, it may be true of clients from different cultures who don't necessarily understand our insurance or our court processes. We're open to using interpreters, and we provide interpreters at no charge to our clients on all of our claims at the inquiry stage, and also once we're engaged to act, no charge for interpreters. We also recognise that the illness or injury that a client presents with can impact on their capacity to understand us in different forums. For example, on the telephone, some clients may have trouble, particularly if they're having hearing issues, or they're older, or they're not comfortable using the phone for some reason. They might need in-person appointments only, and we'll arrange those. We'll arrange home visits for those people, particularly if they are older and not able to get to our office, or they have a disability that prevents them from travelling. So we'll arrange home visits. We'll arrange in-person meetings at the office, telephone meetings, Zoom meetings, whatever it is that our clients need, we are flexible and will provide. We also have a process at our firm that when we first are engaged by someone, we always ask them to nominate an alternative contact. It's okay if they don't have someone, but it's an important way of us communicating with our clients if we lose touch with them. If they need us to speak to somebody else, we can. So when we think that there may be future capacity issues or current capacity issues, our approach would be to have a frank conversation with you, speak to you about your illness. If that's not appropriate or that doesn't, or you're not comfortable having that conversation, or even if you are, we might discuss some formal steps to be put in place for safeguards around capacity, like suggesting that you nominate someone in official capacity to help you with your claim. We may ask to speak to your doctors. We may suggest that you speak to your doctors. We may ask that you bring a loved one, a father, a son, a daughter, a wife to a meeting with you. There's a whole different ways that we'll work with you to make sure that you understand what we're doing, even if capacity isn't an issue. As I said, flexibility is how we approach these things. So no matter what issues you have understanding, no matter whether they are genuine issues related in capacity out of an illness, or simply you would prefer that I slow down when I speak to you, we will work with you to make sure that you understand what's going on, because that is at the end of the day what's important. Great outcomes for clients and a feeling of having gone through a process and being empowered in that process. So that's really the main points I wanted to cover today. Once again, Tom Cobban from Beryl & Watson. See you all soon.